the demographic that we've seen in the last 8.5 years across the board is so drastically different. And it's been really cool to see people that had never had sales experience, make $200,000+ a year over year. They didn't realize that we're a salesperson, right? And because a lot of it is we really coach on the mindset side of things. I think, in my opinion, mindset is probably one of the top 2, maybe 3 things when it comes to sales that we kind of miss. I think habits and discipline is another, kind of 2A, 2B type of thing as well. But yeah, we really talk about the mindset side of things. And, kind of an example of that would be, a lot of people, whenever they hear about door knocking the first time, especially whenever we're presenting it to like a group of recruits, because when we recruit, like I don't interview like one at a time. Like we're doing like large group settings, 20+ people at a time. When we're doing that, we're really kind of casting the vision and the opportunity of taking their destiny into their own hands. That was the thing that was that I actually really love about the roofing space, is that, I was able to decide if I wanted to make more money, I could make more money. I just had to sell more roofs, right? And so for us, we really kind of think about it in this kind of a context, like for that door you might go knock at right now, that might seem kind of paralyzing for you as an individual to go knock on that person's door. But the reality is, if you think about it a little bit differently and say like, actually, I'm just out here to help people. I'm just actually out here to meet people, right? Kind of start at that baseline more than like, I'm about to sign this contract, right? If you have that kind of swagger, cool. Like I'm totally down for that. But for a lot of people, they don't have that because they don't have that point of reference because they've never done it before. They don't have that confidence at the door to bring, right? And so instead of like, hey, Joe, instead of thinking about like, man, I got to sign this person up, I got to sign them on a contract as soon as I knock on their door, like, in the next 15 minutes, I got to get this deal. Or you could think like, hey, let's see if this person is actually going to be a customer for me or not. Is it going to be a mutually beneficial relationship? And if it's not, you just move on to the next one. You don't internalize that. You don't take it personal, right? Which is where a lot of people get off, not just in sales, but in life, right? Like if you get rejection like that, all of a sudden that means failure. Failure isn't really failure. Failure is either winning or you're learning. Like failure is quitting, actually. Like if you quit, that's actually failing. That just means that that person wasn't your customer. You just move on to the next door. You don't internalize that. Don't make that to where it's like, oh man, like I feel so bad. Maybe that person's right. Maybe I am a terrible person for knocking on their door. No, they don't know me. They don't know you. So why would you take that? You're literally giving them the opportunity and giving them the power to make you feel that way. I'm not giving somebody that kind of power at all in my life, period. Like I have my destiny in my hands. I don't have somebody else's destiny, my destiny in somebody else's hands, or my self-worth or who I am as an individual. And so, kind of almost like changing the paradigm you're viewing it from when it comes to knocking for a lot of people really kind of opens their eyes a lot more to like, I'm just out here to meet people and to see whether or not this person's my customer. If they're not, I just move on to the next one. Versus like, man, I got to sign this deal. If I don't sign the deal, my boss is going to yell at me. He's going to cuss at me. He's going to call me out in front of the sales meeting in front of everybody else. And it's going to be a terrible experience. And then I'm not going to put food on the table. And then we're going to be homeless. And then my wife's going to leave me, and it's like, all this negativity. Like you're not going to be able to go out and knock doors and sell anything with your mindset being that way. Like if you have that negative thoughts, you're going to exude that at the door, right? Like you're going to have it to where you bring that energy and nobody's wanting to be part of that energy. Nobody's vibing with that, right? Like they want to feel that excitement. They want to feel that authenticity, that genuineness that you're going to bring as you as an individual person. You're the best version of you. You're going to be a second rate whoever else you think's an awesome door knocker. Don't try to be somebody else. Be yourself.